Okay, I've started recording, and for new students, the reason I record is for students who can't make the live class, you can watch it later. So I'm going to start with today's agenda. It's October 25th. We're almost done with the month of October. I'm going to begin with 2 field trip announcements, and I'll explain the importance of RSVPing. That's a colloquial phrase, what it means to RSVP. And that'll take about 10 minutes to explain the 2 trips. They're related. It's 2 upcoming visits to historic sites in the greater Boston area. So a little local history that you have the opportunity to experience. After I make those announcements, I'm going to review the instructions for our next assignment. And those are just a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to take some time to go over those instructions. It doesn't look that hard, but it actually is a little tricky. And then we're going to work on writing a topic sentence. So I know this is basic. I know you've probably done this several times before, but it's always good to go back to basics. We're going to go over topic sentences and how to really make each paragraph crystal clear with a good topic sentence. We take a break in the middle, and I try to make the breaks at 10 o'clock, and at 11 o'clock, and that's a 10-minute break. So if you need to run away, you need to take care of anything real quick, grab a cup of coffee, whatever you need to do, that's a 10-minute break at 11 o'clock. Then we're going to look at gathering evidence from a piece of writing. So the article about Ed Harris and Jackson Pollock, the actor who played him in the movie, it's a long article. You want to be able, as a student, to gather the evidence you need from that piece of writing to finish your assignment. What's good, what's not. Take the best and leave the rest. So that'll take some time. Then we'll wrap up class. I'll give everybody a reminder of how to submit the assignment on Google Classroom. Even though this is level 6, some folks are still running into a few issues submitting the assignment. That's my job. I'll go over that. And then I'm going to finish the class. If we make it on time, I'll introduce chapter 4. Chapter 4, we learn about architecture. And also a little bit of history. So lots of fun. Okay. Any questions before we move right ahead? And I see a few latecomers just joining us. So that is the agenda. Anyone who just joined us or missed my instructions, you can take a screenshot of that if you like. Okay, beautiful. All right. So here are the 2 announcements, 2 field trips. So first thing to announce, you are not required to come to these. I know when we asked you to come for testing, that is required. Picking up textbooks in the beginning, that is required. These are optional. And I just want to make sure everybody knows this word. Who can tell me what this word means?
It depends on you want to do it.
If you want to do it, you can do it. Right. Correct. You are not required. You are not expected to be there. They are optional, but if you do choose to join for one of the field trips, please RSVP. Now, some of you are very familiar with this concept of RSVP. Let's see. I'm going to ask, who knows what it means to RSVP? I'm going to send the dictionary definition. It's a colloquial acronym. What does it mean to RSVP? Anybody?
Reservation.
To make a reservation. Yeah, that could be a synonym of RSVP. What does that mean, to make a reservation? And I just sent on everybody's WhatsApp the dictionary definition of RSVP. So it's an acronym. The R, the S, the V, and the P have different words. First letters of the words. You can see the root word of RSVP. And actually, this would be nice to explain the root word of RSVP. Marie Boisserand, can you give us the root words because they're French? Marie? Marie?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was asking you a question. So on WhatsApp, you can see the root word of RSVP. It's actually 4 French words. Would you do us a favor and read these, please?
So sorry, teacher, if sometimes you see I'm absent because sometimes I have to respond for my work.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Would you do us a favor, just read those 4 French words? Because I don't want to read them incorrectly.
Okay. RSVP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Definition and meaning.
Just read the French, it's right there.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to mess it up. I want you to say it.
Okay.
I can mess it up. Répondez,
Répondez s'il vous plaît. Répondez s'il vous plaît.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
So the RSVP, we say it in English in most English-speaking countries. Like
Okay.
if you say RSVP in the US, in Canada, in Ireland, in New Zealand, Australia, they'll know what you mean. But it's actually it's an acronym of 4 French words. Répondez s'il vous plaît.
That after an
Respondez.
invitation, if someone send you an invitation, and then after that you should give an answer to this person. Exactly.
And that's what Mabel was saying, make a reservation, but it's a little different than a reservation, because a reservation could be like you're going to a restaurant and make a reservation. It's a little different. It's like if somebody, what Marie said, if somebody invites you to a party, you say thank you, but they want to know if you're coming. Yeah. Because what if they invite 30 people and only 10 people come, or they invite 10 people and then all of a sudden 30 people come? That's a problem. So RSVP, the acronym comes from 4 French words. So répondez s'il vous plaît, like give me an answer. Yeah. Give me an answer, please. Let me know. Are you coming? Yes or no. Sounds better than in French than in English. So we just say RSVP. All right. So these are optional trips, but if you are coming, please RSVP. All right. The first one is hosted by my partner in crime here with Level 6. That's another colloquial phrase. My partner in crime, my colleague, Ashley. She is giving a walking tour of the city of Salem, Massachusetts. Salem is north of Boston, and it's very, very popular during Halloween. And that is Monday, October 31st. She will give more details tomorrow in her class. But again, if you are going to, if you are going to her walking tour, you definitely want to let her know, or let me know, RSVP, because if she needs to know if she's walking and leading 15 people or 50 people. So she definitely needs a heads up to prepare. Okay. All right. And that's to join her with that, you meet at North Station, the Dunkin' Donuts in North Station. Such Boston directions. I love it. Meet at the Dunkin' Donuts. You don't get more Boston than that. So meet at the Dunkin' Donuts in North Station, and you take the commuter train. Of course, the walking tour is free, but you will be asked to get your own train ticket. So the only thing you'd need to pay for is the ticket. That's it. I'm not sure what the commuter rail price is, but you can go to MBTA, the MBTA website and figure it out. So you buy your own train ticket, but everything else you do during the day, that's of course, you're walking on a public street. All right, so that's the walking tour of Salem. And then this one is coming up on November 10th. And this is the visit to Plymouth Plantation. Does anybody notice
No.
the spelling of the city of Plymouth? This is an old English spelling, actually. The original spelling, it was Plimouth. So 400 years ago, in the early days of the British colonial era here in New England, the spelling was Plimouth. Eventually, after the 19th century, a lot of the I's turned into Y's. So today, if you look on a map, it's spelled Plymoouth. So that's the way it's spelled now, but this is the old spelling, Pli. And a lot of very old English words, an F and a T are interchangeable. So this is a historic spelling of the city. So Plymouth, Massachusetts, that is a city where the original story of Thanksgiving began. And there's a connection here. So I'll give a brief history of Halloween and a brief history of Thanksgiving. Okay. Halloween, October 31st, it was known as Hallows Eve. Hallows Eve. And it is an old British holiday. But the reason Salem is famous for Halloween is because the Puritans, they were a religious group that left England. They're a very strict religious group. The Puritans held a mass execution. They killed multiple people because they were accused of being possessed by evil spirits. It's a more complicated story than I'm telling you. But the story of the Puritans is in the 15th century, the Puritans held political power in England. They were a very strict religious group. If you missed going to church, there was a punishment.
Wow.
Gradually, the Church of England became more relaxed, more liberal, and more free. And the Puritans wanted to maintain their strict religious society. So you notice the Puritan women would cover their heads as a covenant with God, very similar to traditional Islam or Judaism. So they were very, very strict religious people, and they came to Massachusetts Bay Colony, and the city of Salem was essentially put on display when they held this mass execution of women and a few men who were accused of being witches. So what people do today, hundreds of years later, is they go to the city of Salem and they like to dress up like witches. So you see, it's more for kids now, but you see a cat dressed up like a witch. You see the witch's hat. So that's essentially why Salem gets a lot of people during Halloween. Now, in the same vein, the city of Plymouth is where early Puritans settled in the 15th century, and they were greeted by the Wampanoag Nation. They're the indigenous people of that part of Massachusetts. The Wampanoags taught them how to harvest, how to grow food, how to survive the cold winters. And a lot of the original settlers arrived and they died. because they couldn't survive the cold winters. They didn't have enough food. And when they held a harvest festival with all the food that they grew, they sat down with the Wampanoags and the Puritans, and they held a meal. And it was essentially a celebration of living through the first year. Now, that was considered the first Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving didn't become a federal holiday till the US Civil War. 1863, Lincoln declared Thanksgiving to be a federal holiday because the country was at war and so many people were dying. Lincoln wanted Americans to start giving thanks for survival in the same way that the Puritans at one point were giving thanks for survival. So today, hundreds of years later, Americans hold a Thanksgiving dinner where they gather together with their families and eat and give thanks for what we have. So that's the story of Thanksgiving, and the story, and why Plymouth, Massachusetts is a historic site, and why Salem, Massachusetts is a historic site. So that's it. Enough talking, enough history. I'm done. But the most important thing is these are optional. And if you are coming, please RSVP. Any questions?
I know, you heard me? Yeah. I know Salem is really famous about the witches because it's many people came to the other cities and visited the Salem to enjoy that culture. I know
Yes.
that.
Yep. You can. It brings a lot of tourists. You're absolutely right. Have you been to Salem, Jefferson?
Yes, like twice.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
So you're an expert.
Pretty much.
All right. Good stuff.
They have like two houses, and you pay for ticket,
Yeah.
and they trying to scare you,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
One funny thing about the city of Salem, about 200 to 300 years ago, it was actually a bigger city than Boston, because before the American Industrial Revolution, most people who made money made it from foreign trade. So there were more sailors and traders in the North Shore bringing money in, like let's say the Lowe family. There's a big bank named after the Lowe family in Salem. So 200 years ago, Salem was a big city, and Boston was actually a very small city. But after the Industrial Revolution, cities in the Merrimack Valley, like Lowell, began to make money from producing cotton, which was grown from slavery in the South. Business industry began to grow, and Boston started to grow and develop, and Boston became a big city, but Salem stayed like a small city, which it is today. So today, Salem is a very small city. Boston is the big city. It used to be Salem was the big city and Boston was a small city 200 years ago. But Salem is still fun. Well, it's actually a lot of fun.
Teacher, how is the Plymouth plantation tour?
When you say how is it, what do you mean how is it?
It's a small tour. Is restaurants there? What we can do there?
Okay, so there will be this is one thing. Thank you, Elsie. This is one thing I didn't point out. You want to meet at 10 o'clock, either at the Haitian Multi-Service Center or Labore, and there will be a bus that takes you there. It should take about half an hour to get there, and it's a walking tour. There is one restaurant and a gift shop, but there's not much else. It's a bit more suburban, and it's a historical. The people who are dressed up like this dress up like this. They're actors, and they dress and they talk like it's
Then.
yeah, like it's the 16th century.
Okay.
George, but Plymouth Plantation has different tour because I went to the boat tour in the boat the first boat come United
Mhm.
States
The Mayflower.
Mayflower, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. This is different tour.
Yes, there's no boat involved here. That's totally different. This is just a you walk through the old village. They recreated an old village, like let me think of a compare. Williamsburg, Virginia has something like this. There's a few historical sites in New Mexico that are similar to this with old Spanish buildings. So it's actors in a historic. It's like a movie set.
Okay.
So it's like theater. The people are dressed up like it's hundreds of years ago, and the buildings are recreated like it's like a set of a. It's like a live show where they walk and they act like it's a long time ago.
Okay.
So yeah, very popular for school groups. I remember when I was a little kid, my kindergarten teacher took us here. So yes, yes, the boat that you were thinking of, Narexi, that's different. But yes, the Pilgrims, who are these first Puritans, did arrive on the Mayflower. That is absolutely correct.
We should come at 10 a.m. How long will it take?
This one, it's hard to say how long the whole trip will take. You want to leave at 10. You want to be there at 10. The bus will leave. It'll probably come back early afternoon. Good idea to pack a lunch, unless you want to grab something at the shops there. It's only really one gift shop and a small restaurant. I'd pack a lunch.
Interesting.
Yeah. So something to think about. And if yes. And that's about it. Any more questions? Okay, let's keep it moving. All right. So here is what I showed you last week. I took a screenshot and put on the slide. It is the next assignment due. Very simple instructions, but it's actually complicated because you want to be able to explain what you learned from both watching a movie and reading an article. And that is the exercise. It's not a lot of writing. It's a very short piece of writing, just 55 to 80 words. So paragraph or two, easy, but not easy. You want to be able to show what you learned. And that's what I'm going to pivot to the topic sentence exercise with. So, here is, we've got a special guest here. I'm going to pause. Okay. And hang on one second. We've got a special guest joining us. Okay. Here we go. Everyone, meet the director of our program. Here we go.
Hello.
All right. Now, this is the first time I was waiting for this. There are two Mariannas in class today. Two Mariannas. Your classmate, Marianna Gill, and our commander-in-chief, our great leader, our spiritual advisor, Marianna Geraskina, who has come to join us and give so Marianna, I went back to this slide because I was announcing the two trips before, and so yes, Marianna, it is all yours. I'm going to mute myself.
I'll try to be brief because I know that you have so much to do, but I wanted to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me, and I wanted to talk to you about the next steps. I know that George was talking to you, and Antonio was talking to you, and Antonio will be talking to you on practical steps, but I wanted to give you a big picture so that you would understand the opportunity a little bit better. So first of all, you should be all proud of yourselves because you made it to level 6. And
Actually, hold on, let me say, when she's talking about next steps, this is what we're going over last week. College readiness. Let me bring it back to that assignment.
Next steps after,
give you a visual here.
Right. Next steps.
There we go.
1 second, it's Antonio.
Antonio's
Antonio,
here, okay.
do you want to join? I am in class. I sent you the link. I forward you. Okay, we will do it now. Okay. George, can you send the link?
Absolutely, sure. So this is more related to what you're talking about, college readiness.
Right. I don't know why he didn't get it. I forwarded
No
it.
problem. I'm sending it to him right now.
Yeah. Okay. So next steps is what you do after you finish level 6. Before I move to specific advantages and opportunities, tell me, why are you in level 6? Why are you in the school? Why do you need the school?
In my case, for example, I came from Cuba, right? English is not my first language. It's been pretty hard for me because I can express myself like in Spanish with the right words, and sometimes people doesn't understand me. And I don't know, I feel sometimes it sounds gross, but stupid because because
No,
I would
you
like to
can.
express
No,
myself.
you cannot feel stupid. There's nothing stupid about how you feel. Absolutely nothing.
I just want to point out that when you ask the question, why are you in level 6? There's students who've been here for 3 years, and the student who's been here for 1 day, it was the first to answer.
Yeah.
So Mabel, good job. You are very brave. Let's maybe hear from
Yeah, but I
Marexi,
understand. Yeah,
Marie,
I understand though. Yeah.
Erica.
Yeah, I am sure that other people sometimes feel the same way as Mabel does. But the point is, you are here, Mabel said it very well. She wants to understand everything that is around her. She wants to feel equal to everybody. Because guys, English is, when you learn very well, you know English very well, you are equal in the ability to get information. Information around you is necessary to understand, to make the right decisions. You cannot make decisions correctly if you understand half of what is going around. And there's no equality if you don't have the same information as I do. If I go to your country, even if I learn Spanish, French, other languages maybe that you are speaking, but I still, it's a different culture. Everything is done differently. I will still understand half of it, best case scenario. So how do I make decisions? It's difficult to make decisions correctly. You need to understand everything. To help you to really move in this direction, we created a special road, let's say. We built a road to the best possible learning English opportunity for you that you don't have to pay. because we know that you are really struggling with life in a new country. You are working very hard. Most of you are working. You all want other jobs. But I wanted to make it very, very clear that going to learn more English is not only about, oh, I want a better job and college or training will give me a better job. It's learning English first and foremost. So even for those of you who have college degrees, and we can work on looking for a better job for you because you may have skills, other skills than English, it's not enough. Remember, you need better English to be equal. And that's our mission, to help you to be more equal, because some people are more equal than others. And you cannot go around that. Because if you don't understand everything, again, you don't have information the same way I do, you're not the same equal. So I want you to look at the opportunity to go to college from that point of view. And from that point of view, all of you need more English. There's no one who doesn't need more English here. I want to tell you that it will be a very, very smooth process for you. Antonio will work with you on the practical steps. You don't have to do anything. Now, no, you need to do some things, but not on your own. Antonio will hold your hand, help you to do applications, help you to deal with the paperwork, everything, and you smoothly, you understand the word? Smoothly transition to college. Now, some of you may want to get more education and training in specific areas. There are many colleges. You can choose them later. We are offering you the easiest and most time-efficient way to move from adult ESOL and to better English, better training, better job opportunities. Why is it the most efficient? Because we built this road so that it would save time to everyone. We are offering you to go to Bunker Hill Community College, and El Centro applied for funding and got the money for it. You do not have to pay a dime. We are very proud of this opportunity. You will take college writing 1. You not well, but you can take college writing 1. And in the future, you can take college writing 2 also. It will be free for you, and it doesn't matter if you are fully documented or in the process. Being in the process means you have no financial help from the government, because only people who have green cards can have financial help from the government. It's called financial aid. Those of you who have green card may have financial aid, but it's very important to understand that if in the future you want to continue for some degree or certificate in college, the money that the government can give you is limited. It's a set amount of money. So if you use it for English, you will have less free money for professional training in the future. So we are talking about 2 very good points for you to do it this way. First of all, it's easy and efficient to start in Bunker Hill. And second, you save all your money, and it doesn't matter if you are documented or not. Now, again, even if you are not going for a degree, another degree in the future, or any degree in the future, or any certificate, you need English. I've been working with immigrants who are trying to make it in this country for many years. I can tell you, I come from another country myself. I can tell you, everybody who comes from another country needs more English. That's an opportunity for you. However, you have to be ready for that. It's not that we can set you for a failure. We will talk to George and Ashley, and we will see that, like, it's not that everybody can do it. Everybody can do it by, like, it's open to everyone, but not everybody can do it regarding the skills, because we don't want to set you up for a failure and send you to college and then you fail. We don't want that. You need it, but you need to be ready too. So please work with George and Ashley, and then you'll decide together whether you are going to college or whether you are still staying to learn more in El Centro. Now, if you go to college now, the course will start February 1st. You will have a transition period in January, maybe a little break. But the course will start on February 1st. Usually it's January 20 in Bunker Hill, but because it's customized, it will be for our El Centro only program. We can figure it out how to do it more in a more convenient way. So people will go through the process and they will be enrolled. And in the future, if, for example, you wanted to go to UMass or whatever, Harvard or whatever place you want, you will not have to take any English exams. If you take both classes, 111, which is college writing 1, and 112, college writing 2, you can request a transfer of this because it's a fully accredited classes. It means that anywhere in the country you go to college, they are accepted. And English is a requirement for any degree, any certificate, anything. It's a requirement. You cannot take anything else if you don't take this English. And it doesn't matter that whether you are a native speaker who was born here and went to high school here, it doesn't matter, you have to take English. So you can take this class, which means Antonio helps you to write a request and transfer the results. Like you finish the course, you got your A or B, and you transfer this to another college. It's very easy, but you don't have to go through the whole admissions process anywhere. So it will save you a lot of time. But again, disregarding the fact whether you want to go to college to take another degree or certificate or not, you need English. And this is first and foremost for English. Even if Ashley is teaching you writing, you should understand, writing is not just writing. Writing is the ability to express yourself. But you have a little bit more time to think about how you put it in words. When you are speaking, you don't have enough time, maybe, to think. But when you're writing, you have a little bit more time to think, but you still need to express your ideas, your desires, whatever you want to say in English. And when you're writing in a good way, you are convincing people and you are achieving your goals. Why you are writing this? Gradually, when you read more and you write more, it translates into a better speaking. This is how it works. You think a little bit more, you take more time when you're writing, but you're practicing, and then you start speaking more. college level English is more difficult, not only in skills, like how you're writing, the grammar, the organization, but it's what you're reading. It's vocabulary that you can understand. It's the speed with which you are reading. Nobody has 10 hours to read something to fully understand it. It can be just an insurance policy. It can be some immigration document. It can be whatever. You need to write, you need to read fast and make the decision and understand all nuances. You understand the word nuance?
Nuances, I don't think we didn't go over the word nuances.
I think the French-speaking people should understand.
Marie, do you understand nuances?
Just a little bit.
Well, anyway, I wanted to point out that these are what Marianna is talking about. These are the exact precise skills from the English 111 syllabus that I gave everybody on week 3. And for students who've just joined us later in the semester, this is precisely what English 111 is.
Yeah.
3 essays, daily writing, and interaction.
Yes.
So this is exactly what she's talking about right here.
Okay.
Yes, this is for life. It's not for degree only. It's for life. You need to understand nuances. Nuances are, like there's a word, you may guess what it means in general, like nuance, maybe it's like what it means. I understand in general, like Marie said a little bit, but it means that you understand, fully understand all little parts of the meaning, not general meaning, not in general, but exactly the way that I would understand, or George would understand, or Antonio would understand, or I don't know, President Obama would understand, the same. So exact understanding, this equality thing that I was talking before. We are very proud to offer you this opportunity because we know how important it is. I also wanted to say that sometimes people think, I don't know if I need anything, my life is very difficult, I don't see any future. You never know. I can tell you 1,001 nights of stories when people were crying over my shoulder when I was a teacher, that life is not going anywhere. They feel trapped. They have a feeling they have no way out of the situation, difficult situation, and nothing is improving. And now these people work for the government and big companies and are in graduate schools. You never know what will happen, but you need to be ready for a better future. And learning the language is something that you can do and what we can help you with. So you don't, even if you want another training, another degree, you don't have to make the decision now. You need more time to look around and think about what is that around you that you can use your skills and your talent and your ability and your situation the best way. That is later on. English is 100% what you need for anything. And you can start college with just English and postpone the decision what you want to study in the future. We will continue to work with you. This is one reason why we are offering this class in the Centro. It's in Bunker Hill, but it will be through us, right? So, but you'll be enrolled in college. It's their course, it's their records, everything. But we will be helping exactly because we want to give you more time to understand what you can do in your situation and how we can help. And learning English is something that is necessary for anyone. So just do it, and we'll continue to work with you on your next steps after English. This is what I wanted to say. Now, we are working with Bunker Hill on creating a pilot program for people who want to go in healthcare, like nurses, radiologists, smoother, because it's difficult to get into these programs. Colleges don't give you the right information. They say, oh yeah, everybody can go. We are accepting you in 2 years, you'll become a nurse, which is not true. Absolutely not true. I can talk to you later about how long it takes, what it takes, how much it takes. It's, for example, to become a nurse or an ultrasound technologist, you need 2 years in a full-time college program. But to be accepted to this program, you need to take, they call them prerequisite courses, biology, chemistry, math, like a whole bunch of classes. That is another full-time 2 years. So after that, you have to pass a special exam. You take biology, chemistry, English, math, you take them all, you get good grades. And after that, you have to pass a special exam in English, math, and science. And only when you pass it, they will accept you with a good grade, not pass it, with a good grade. Then you can go into a nursing school. It's just an example, but some of you may want to go. We want to create a straight way into that. We're working with Bunker Hill on that. Very proud to do it. It's still not free, but we are trying to create a special program where people either will not pay or pay very little. Very little pay in American college system is not little at all, but it's much better at least. We have a pathway to cybersecurity training, but we are not taking, based on what we see now, we have our second cohort in the cybersecurity. People are very, very happy there. They love the course, they love the training, many find jobs. The first cohort already is finding jobs, but they love the training. But what I see, they need to go, people who we accept need to go to college and take some more English to read better and faster. Otherwise, it's very difficult for people in this course, because there are no non-native speakers in the course. It's only Centro's students. All other people are native speakers. They understand everything. They read faster. So you need a better English to cope with the volume. It's a very intensive course. It's 7 months every day. It's a fantastic course. It costs $25,000 for people per person who wants to take it. If you come from the street, it's completely free for our students. For that course, you, however, need to have a social security number or be very close to getting it. I can take chances if it's clear that you will get it very, very soon. But I am not allowed to take people without social security into that class. In a college, we don't care about social security. But to that class, it's a requirement by a funder. There are two ways. Also, in January, for people who start college, English, we will offer another class you can take concurrently in the evening. It will be in person. It's very limited. The amount of people is very limited. The class will be Introduction to Coding and Web Design. The guys who are going to teach that class, they do that class in colleges and high schools, but they themselves are immigrants. They speak Spanish, but they speak very good English too. They think they were born here, but they remember their roots. And they told me how they were able to start careers after they finished college, but how they were able to start careers in web design by freelancing and making their businesses. And now they have a very successful business. It's a fantastic course. We are offering it for people who want to continue in cybersecurity. It's not required for cybersecurity training to have a background, but it's very helpful. So we want people to have an idea about coding and web design, also from the point of view of English, because it's all in English, you'll know the vocabulary. And also for those who do not go into our cybersecurity, but want to choose training in business, accounting, finance, everybody needs to have some, now people need to have some idea about how to code. Do you understand me? Code, what I mean? Andrei understands. Andrei, what does it mean? I'm sure you do understand. Andrei?
Yeah, Andrei can unmute himself.
Yeah, what does it mean?
For example, is one language for the programming, right?
Yeah, programming.
It's programming.
Basics of programming. And web design is a fantastic course. If I had more time, I would take it myself. It's so interesting. You will produce websites yourself. So even if you are going, like, if you want to have your own business, it's very valuable. So it's a fantastic course. It's the first time we are offering it. And there are no other adult ESOL programs that offer anything like that. And it will be completely free. But again, the number of people we are taking, it's the first group. It will be limited. We'll talk to you. But if you are if we can take you into this class, just do it, because it's a fantastic opportunity, trust me. So there are some other options. We have a very good understanding how to develop a pathway into early childhood education. We have our alumni who now are in master programs doing early childhood education work as preschool teachers. That's not a huge money, but if you like to work with children, it's not a very long way, and it's not the most difficult way. But again, for that, I would recommend you either to have a social security number or know that you will get it soon. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense, because schools will not take you, it will not give you a job. It makes sense if you think that I will have it in the future, yeah, to start doing. But learning English and coding and whatever, it's improving your skills. So for that, you are here. It will be with you. Any training in English will be with you. Even if some of you think, maybe I will have to go back to my country. I don't know many people who actually do it, but some people have this feeling, you'll take your skills with you. Use the opportunity. And this is what I wanted to tell you. And I wanted to tell you also, you'll work with Antonio. And please don't do anything without Antonio. You need to talk to Antonio about every step. Don't do anything regarding your next steps before talking to Antonio, because you get a lot of information and this information may not be very accurate. it's very hard to figure it out. And it doesn't even mean because you are non-native speakers. I give half of this information to my son, who went to American schools and colleges and graduate school, and he wouldn't understand half of nuances, what is good and what is not. We have a lot of experience in helping you, and we have no other goal rather than to help you achieve a better life in the most efficient way. I'm done. Now your questions. Do you have any questions?
I do, Marianna, for that evening coding class, do students need a social the way they do with the IT program?
No, they
Great.
don't need anything.
Great.
They don't need anything, and I don't know. In fact, if you learn the web design a little bit, and you have an aptitude, because I personally don't have this aptitude so, for computer occupations. So if you have an aptitude, these guys told me, the guys who will do the training, the company, they told me that how they did it first. They offered to businesses that they could do a website for them. He said, I offered them, okay, I'll do it for $25 and they'll pay me $25 when I finish. And they built a clientele, and now then they have a lot of clients. And this is something I guess can be done with some creative ways around the Social Security. You don't have to have it. That's my opinion. You can work with business.
I have a question.
I think that was
I didn't hear, say it again.
Erica, can you adjust your microphone a little bit, Erica? Or put your question in the chat.
Yes, my question.
Erica, your microphone is
Or Erica, just put it in the chat.
It's a little
Actually,
unstable. She needs
No
to
worries. Everybody can, if you're more comfortable. you can put
it's your
questions into the
your
chat.
microphone is off. Erica, turn on the, yeah.
Everyone can write their questions into the chat. Okay, while Erica is writing, any more questions for Marianna Geraskina? Because there's two Mariannas here.
Yeah, Marie, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Marianna, for your time and your willingness to help us, the opportunity you gave us as well in Centro. My question is, like, if someone is interested about to learn physician assistant, we can in
yes. So do you have any medical background from your country?
Sure.
Marie?
I met you about it the first time.
I remember. Yeah, this is possible, right? This is possible. You can take the cheapest way to do some classes in Bunker Hill and then transfer to Massachusetts College of Pharmacy. We have one student who was our student who is doing that. She is transferring. She'll be a physician's assistant. But I think that we need to talk, you and I, again. George, can you please send my email to people?
Certainly.
And you guys can contact me and talk to me one-on-one about your particular situation. I'll be very happy to talk to you. And
Erica just wrote into the chat, can we choose between virtual classes or face-to-face classes? Erica, was that a specific program or was that for English 111, which, because Marianna mentioned several. English 111. I can
Yeah.
answer that.
Yeah, English 111 will be you only El Centro. So we can choose whatever we want. You guys will decide what you want better.
She's talking about class schedule.
Yeah, but I'm saying that face-to-face or virtual will be decided by us because it will be only El Centro students. So we will make the group, you are accepted. We will decide, is it face-to-face or virtual? Like for now, what do you prefer, guys? Tell me. Face-to-face or virtual?
This will be probably a mix, I'm thinking, but.
So we will talk about it. I think that when we get feedback from you, we will decide. I have a feeling that more people would want maybe virtual at this level. No?
Well, one,
Can I say something, please?
Sure.
So there's a general concept among people that they only learn if you see the teacher and if you are in a specific environment. So we associate learning with setup. In your mind, you say, I only learn if I go to that building and there's a setup, like a board, a teacher, a book. Your mind is wired to receive information like that. But you have to learn how to learn different ways. And one of the things is being online is because it's convenient for you. If you go to work, being an immigrant is not an easy task. You have to work, take care of your family, and of course, study. This is a challenging situation. It's a sacrifice. So if you can learn, associate, if you can take off this idea that I only learn if I go to that specific environment, and you start open your mind to receive information anywhere, you know, and this online class can be very convenient for you because you can take it from your home. I know some people say, okay, you know, teacher, at home, I have children, I have distractions. Maybe it's good for me to take it online. So before you make any decision about, just, you know, be practical. Look into situations as with a very, you know, lucid perspective of why you want to take this class online or in person. All right,
guys, this is like we can work it out.
Yeah.
In the way that is the most convenient to everyone. This is exactly why we wanted to do it through El Centro, because it's a Bunker Hill class, but we will do it through El Centro to develop the most convenient for you arrangement. The credits are college, but we dictate how to do it, and we dictate it according to your needs and your schedule. The schedule, well, let's get accepted first. We'll work out the schedule.
That's a good idea.
But as I understand, you probably, most people in level 6 probably work in the afternoon and want classes in the morning, but we will talk very in detail with you soon.
There is,
but we need to first get accepted, okay?
There's a very unique moment right now that we've never had with a grad with level 6, is that we have one of our classmates who I asked for wisdom from each class. Ana Maria Garcia had an appointment this morning, but I was just messaging her, please do what you can to come, and she just joined us. She is the only student who has been to the other side. She has taken English 111. She has been able to express why she had to drop the class because of various issues. And she is the one who last week expressed in detail what was missing from that experience. And even though some of you heard the story before last week, Ana Maria, is it okay if you just turn your microphone on and share just a little of your wisdom taking English 111 before and all the complications?
Yeah, of course. How are you?
Hey, Ana Maria.
Yeah, I took class English 111 before. That was like 2 years ago. And yeah, I withdrew the class like 3 times because I was frustrated because I knew that I have to improve my vocabulary, and that's why I'm here, because that English is to write essays and be really good in grammar, and I couldn't do it well because, for example, if the teacher give us a paper or a document to read in class or something, for me, that takes too much time to read and understand the document, to explain what we're talking about. And that class, we have to take that class with American people too. For them, it's easier to read it one time and they understand what the document is talking about. For me, I have to read it 3 times, understand the words, try to put everything together. And I started feeling frustrated, so I couldn't finish it. That's why I'm here, because I would like to improve my vocabulary and still learning more to could do that class, because I would like to do it. But right now I was feeling so bad.
But Ana Maria, you are saying exactly what I was talking about. You're just confirming it. You need to read faster. You need to have a better vocabulary and skills, everything. But this is, again, this is not only for a degree, it's for life.
Yeah.
But you need all that. Like what I see, I'm not saying it like from my head. I see it by struggles of our students in their next steps. And I say, for example, okay, you want to go cybersecurity training, you need to take college class. Why? Not because it's a requirement for check. I can put anyone, I'm the God there, goddess there. Like it's our program, but the owner, let's say. But I don't want you to fail. And I do know that you need to read fast. You need to understand better. You need to understand the shades of meaning or nuances, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely. The tests, for example, they are multiple choice. Multiple choice tests, questions require exact, precise understanding. You don't understand it a little bit, you don't do well. But that's multiple choice test you do every day in life. You just don't realize it. You read the question, you have to answer it everywhere in your life. And you have to do it fast. We have an excellent, we have a connection with an excellent apprenticeship program for paramedics. But you need a very good English there, and you have to take an English test to get there. And it's timed. And I told them, guys, this is like, non-native speakers need more time. They can figure it out, but they need more time. And they said to me, but paramedics should read very fast. That's for their job, because they are in different situations. They need to make decisions. They need very, very good English. That's it.
Yeah.
So
Can I say
we will,
something, please?
okay, we will talk about the schedule and face-to-face or virtual, and when we will talk later. We will try to accommodate every one of you who is ready to do it, and your teachers together with you, after a discussion, decide that this is what you will do now in the winter. Okay.
Marianna,
So
let me say
yeah,
something. I want to take this opportunity that Ana Maria Garcia is here to say something very
Antonio, I have another meeting, unfortunately.
It's
I
okay,
have to
you can pass the baton to Antonio, he can keep going.
I just want to say something very important to Ana Maria and to all the other students here. Ana Maria said something very important here. She went straight to college and she enrolled in English 111. And then when she got there, she lacked the skills, like there's a cultural component when you're learning English that is very important for you to know how to structure sentence, to use the right choice of words to say what you're thinking. This is what you're learning in level 6. When you finish level 6, George gives you the basics. And then when you get to a bunker hill, we will evaluate you. We either put you in English 95 or 111, or the combined 95 and 111. But that's not the most of your struggle. You will be ready for 95, 111 based on the students we sent in the past. We know our students are ready for 95, 111. But your greatest challenge is English 112. That's the English that when you learn.
Antonio, you confuse people. Let's talk about it later, okay?
No, I'm not confusing them. I'm telling them the truth.
Yes, I know, but they don't know what we're talking about.
You
tell them it's college, okay, it's college English 2. Say college English 2. Now they can take college English 1.
Let me finish what I'm saying. You will be ready for English 112. However, when you finish English 112, you will never have a problem in expressing yourself in English. Mabel, listen to me. Your concern is the same concern of everybody who's here. When we come to America, you know what is the greatest challenge of immigration? Immigration is like apocalypse. People think it's language. It's not language. It's loneliness. You know what is loneliness? In your country, you have a social structure of base that supports you, have family, friends, a position in your society. When you get to America, that is all gone. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who's your friend. You start doubting yourself. Even when you are in a communication, your English is wonderful, Mabel. We would not put you in level 6 if we didn't think that your English was enough to be here. We don't set up anybody to be in a place that they're not supposed to be. But we put you here because we know what your potential. And when you go through this process of immigration, you start doubting yourself, and that affects every facet of your life, every aspect of your life. And it's a process to start trusting yourself, to overcome the barriers, and you will overcome. If 10 million people before you did this, why you won't do it? Yes, you will. And we have the right way to help you how to do it. And to the other students, if your teacher, George, tells you that he doesn't think that you have enough skills to go to college right now, please don't take it as defeat. Don't go home and don't sleep, say, oh my God, I'm not good. Don't think it. Like I said, we want to send you to be successful, like we have sent in summer. I enrolled 25 students to class. In every student now, they all passed. I have students just text me, say, teacher, I'm done with 112. What I'm going to do now? So this is the message that I want to get from you. In 6 months' time, when you finish English 95, 111, and 112. Listen, you're in the right place. We know what we're doing, and we know how to help you. Ana Maria, don't worry. The next time you're gonna take English 111, you're gonna jam through that English 111, and it's gonna be like walk in the park for you.
No, Antonio, no walks in the park. It's very difficult, particularly, he said 112, guys, it's college writing 1 that you can take in February. And then there's college writing 2, which Antonio calls 112. It's a very, very good course, very difficult because you have to read a lot, you have to summarize it.
Challenging, but possible.
Yeah, but it's very good for you, yes. And again, you will not have to pay anything. We found a way to make it free for you. So I have to go. I have another meeting. If you wanted to talk to me,
One more thing before I go to, because I am I need to tell you something. Don't be in a hurry. A lot of people come to you. Some people come, they said, you know, yeah, life is not good. At my job right now, I'm working in a restaurant. I have a degree in accounting. I need to be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. You see what happened? You get in a hurry, you come back. Just, we're going to set up a plan. This is, I'm going to have a one-to-one meeting with every single one of you, and we're going to set up a specific plan based on what you have, based on what you want to do, and based what do we know that there is out there to offer you. We're going to a specific plan of what steps to take until you get to college. After English 112, you do whatever you want, but go any way you want. But we recommend all our students to take English on a college level first. First, because you need to express yourself properly. And second, because you gain credits for free. Yeah, by the time you get into other classes, you already get 9 credits under your arm, and it's a good thing. Do you understand? So everybody, I'm sorry, you know, I have to leave too. I have a situation.
It's fine, Antonio. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you so much, Antonio. Thank you so much.
I'll be in contact with everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody, please get your high school diploma in hand. High school, not your degree from college or anything. Your high school diploma. If you don't have it right now, please contact your family. I just need a picture or a scanned document. And then when we talk one-on-one, I'll put everything. I will tell you exactly why we did it for. Everybody.
So Antonio, first let's decide who is going to college. And Antonio is starting to meet with you one-on-one, and he'll tell you everything that you need to do. But the high school diploma, not college degree, as he said, a high school diploma, we need to have it, a copy of it, a picture. Antonio will talk to you. I have another meeting also.
It doesn't
I
matter.
was so glad to see you.
Yes, your high school diploma is from your country. Yes, we know that. We know none of you have been to.
No, you don't need GD. No, that's a misconception. Just a high school diploma
from your country. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, back to
vocations. That in the Centro knows, and we can help you the best way. This was discovered by Marianna. You guys should give us.
Before you both leave, I want to.
But guys,
something crystal
you
clear
can
here.
contact me. Oh my God, it's jump. Okay, you can contact me on any day. I will respond to you just by mail and say, can I call you? And I'll say, yeah, call me. Actually, you can call me. I can tell you right away. You basically can call me on any day after 5 or 6 o'clock. I am available.
Wait, before you both leave, there's one thing I want to make sure everybody understands, because you've both thrown so much wonderful information at us. Our program has this agreement for you to take college writing, English 111, for how much money? I just want to make sure everybody understands this.
It's free.
For free. This is something, I'm gonna explain this. This is something that most Americans will never experience. Your average American leaves college right now, $50,000 in debt, okay? So right now, when Ashley and I are saying, turn these assignments in, we need to know if you're college ready. Can you handle it? It's because you are going to have an opportunity to take a free college class. So you are holding a winning lottery ticket. That's what I want everybody to understand, for free. Anna Maria, how much money did you waste on English 111 before? Or you're muted. Too much money. Too much money is the answer. Too much money.
Okay.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Also, there's a misconception of thinking that if you're going to community college, it's different from UMass or university. It's not true.
Same thing.
English, an English 111 in Bunker Hill is $660. An English 111 in UMass is $3,000. It's the same.
Yep.
You understand?
And the results are exactly the same.
Yep.
So you start in a community college. Many smart Americans do that. I had one teacher who graduated with a master's degree in a very good university, and she heard me talking to her students about the pathway, and she said, and she is American. She was born in the United States and very smart person. And her parents are educated people, but they didn't give her good advice. Her school didn't give her good advice. She ended up with $200,000 in debt. And she told me, why nobody told me that when I was in school? I said, because you were not an immigrant. It has its advantages.
That's right. I didn't get this good advice when I was in, finishing high school. This is a tremendous program that we're a part of.
And we are very proud. I know that there are some people who joined us from Lobo, our sister program, and we are very glad to help you guys. And if you want to ask questions, again, Antonio will contact you very soon, but don't be shy. You can talk to me one-on-one about some specific situations. I'll be very happy to talk to you. Now I have to go to another meeting, and I was very happy to see you guys. Oh, do you go, George, did you talk about this Plymouth Plantation?
Yes, that was the first thing I started with here. So
because we need to give an answer. How many people?
I told them I told them to RSVP, and everybody knows what it means to RSVP. Both trips, the first Monday next week to Salem, and then November 10th to Plymouth. That's exactly what I went over before you came.
Guys, I want to say also that Catholic Charities is paying for the Plymouth Plantation, and then Centro a little bit contributing. Yes. It will be completely free for you. You can go online and check. It's $43 if you go on your own, and you have to drive there. So it's a fantastic thing, and we'll go together with other sister program, Lobo, and I think it's wonderful. It will be buses. It's a great, great event. Figure it out how to do it and use it. And you can take even one best friend or one loved one.
Plus one?
Or a child.
That's the answer, plus one?
Plus one.
Okay,
we'll
I was hesitant to tell people.
Take
okay,
more.
plus one.
For now, it's plus one, for now.
Okay.
And you can take a child, of course.
All right.
Or if you have 2 children, you can take 2 children. Children are allowed. Okay, have a good one and good luck. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your teachers. Be patient with El Centro's management. If something you think, oh, I want it differently, we'll talk it out. You're on the way to improve your lives, and that's the most important. Have a good.
Thank you so much,
Have
Marianna.
the best of luck.
We're gonna take a break now. 10 minutes, everybody.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there. All right, 10 minutes, everybody. I'll see you shortly.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, so sorry for the late break. I wasn't quite sure if Marianna and Tonia were going to join us, but of course they did. So they gave us some good information, and I'm going to pick up where we left off. So most of what I put in the agenda, I'm going to bump till Thursday. But what I will do is I will go over the topic sentence and the instructions for assignments next week. So that's what I'm going to do now. And I'll give you a little time in breakout rooms to practice your topic sentences together. So Marie, did you have a question?
No, because we come back from the break, I just saw.
Okay. I saw your hand go up, that's why. All right, everybody, so I took a screenshot of the next assignment due, and it's the first time I've given you two sources to look at. Usually I give you one particular source or one worksheet with vocabulary from the textbook. This is the first time I've given you multiple sources. So in Google Classroom, here is the assignment, and even though we did this last week, I'd still like to review what I'm asking everyone to do. So here it is. All right, let's see. Nurexi, would you like to read? Oops, she might have had to leave. Marie, would you like to read?
Yes.
All right. So just the instructions.
Okay. In the year 2000, actor Ed Harris directed and starred in the movie Pollock, depicting the painter Jackson Pollock. Watch the movie Pollock and read this article about the actor's preparation for the role, The Ultimate Splasher Movie.
All right, beautiful. So there is the article, and in Google Classroom, I showed everyone a link to the movie. In last week's class, we watched scenes from the movie. So those are the two sources. Last week, we started reading about the painter, and you saw the picture, the actor looked just like the character. But this is the first time I'm giving you two sources for a very short piece of writing. So you want to show what you learned from both watching the movie, and even if you didn't watch the whole thing, we watched scenes of it, both watching the movie or parts of the movie and learning about the actor's preparation for the role. So right here, in 55 to 80 words, describes some of the ways that the actor prepared 10 years for the movie and what impression you had from watching it. That's a bit more complicated than other assignments I've ever given you. So what you want to be able to do is be able to follow the instructions, take what you learned from both sources, both watching the movie and reading, and then write a paragraph or two. And I'm going to show you how to write with a good topic sentence. So if I am a student, I'm going to leave my teacher page. I'm going to go in as a student here. When I go in as a student, here we are. I go in as a student, Ed Harris as Pollock. I open it up and I see the same instructions. And then after I watch the movie, I start looking in the article. What do I do to start? What do I want to press when I start writing? I'm doing this to go over the submitting of the assignment for everybody.
View assignment.
View assignment?
No, in the little document.
Exactly, exactly.
Right there.
Well, I could click view assignment. That's what Jefferson said. And then I come to this. So here's the article and here's the movie. So once I've read the article and I've watched the movie, I go in right here. And there's the same instructions. Here is where I write, is where I put my writing, just below this. I start my writing right here. Has anybody started? Do they have a topic sentence to share for us?
Yes, I do have.
Beautiful. Jefferson, give us your topic sentence, just the first sentence.
Okay. The actor Ed Harris learned how to be as a painter. He went to his house in East Hampton, New York, slept in the artist's bed, and smoked his fags.
Beautiful, beautiful. The actor Ed Harris learned how to be a painter
He went to his house.
by visiting Jackson Pollock's house. We wouldn't say his house because we don't know if you're talking about his own or the actor house.
Okay.
Sleeping, where did he sleep?
Sleep in the artist's bed and smoke his fags.
Just ARTIST, artist's bed, and smoking his cigarettes. That's an old word for cigarette. So
Fags because there was a different cigarette.
right, but that's a cigarette. That's a more
Okay.
it's a very old word for cigarette. Yeah. So you wouldn't want to confuse that with another meaning for the word. The actor Ed Harris learned how to be a painter by visiting Jackson Pollock's house, sleeping in the artist's bed, and smoking his cigarettes. Now you want to keep going. You can make it a single paragraph. You also want to give your impression from the movie. If you want to transition into another paragraph, you want to make it a logical transition. This is some of the detail about how the actor trained for the role. That's great. Now, what if I'm finished with my writing? Who knows how to check the word count? I said 50 to 80 words. Who knows how to check the word count on a Google document? So you need to write 50 to 80 words. How do I check the word count here? You first highlight what
The
you've written,
letter A.
and you go up to Tools and click Word Count. And there it is. So 24 words. So if you want to make it a shorter paragraph, a longer paragraph, break it up into 2 paragraphs, that's fine. But that's how you can check your word count. Now, what if I just leave the document right here? Did it disappear forever?
No.
Exactly. It's a Google document. It's still there. Boom. What I wrote is still there. So that's it. What I wrote is still there. And what if I have checked my writing, checked my grammar, reread the instructions so I know what I'm doing, and I'm ready to submit? What do I do?
Turn in.
Exactly. Then you click Turn It In. Then you click Turn It In. Good. So I think for the remaining moments of class, Jefferson, excellent job demonstrating. I could tell that you really got into this assignment. And for the remaining, we have about 10 more minutes of class. I'm going to put everyone into breakout rooms. Oh, you're still here. I thought you left. That's fantastic. So I'm going to put everyone into breakout rooms. And what I'd like you to do is to share your topic sentence. That's that first sentence in the paragraph where you're indicating to the writer what you are saying. So I'd like you to share your topic sentence. Now, Mabele, I know you just started, so I don't expect you to have started this assignment at all. But everybody else in the class can help you get started, because this is the first assignment that I've given everyone 2 sources, both a movie and an article to pull information from. So I'm going to put you into 2 breakout rooms, and I want everybody to share their topic sentence, how they began their writing for this. Okay? Does everybody understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, here we go. After listening to everybody talk so much, it's your turn to talk. Here we go. I'll make 3 breakout rooms. A lot of people, 3 breakout rooms. Here we go. And Camilla, Marianna, and Nerexia, I'm going to keep you in the same breakout room because I know the 3 of you are working together on this. And
Yes.
excellent. Here we go. And you know what, Mabel, I'm going to put you in the same breakout room as Nerexi and Camilla, because Camilla also has just joined the semester, so she's kind of moving at the same pace as you are. So Camilla, you're not alone. You've got another brand new classmate. All right. Okay, breakout rooms now. You can join.
I will enjoy.
Mhm.